What is your
song.
life?
The song.
Oh.
Well, yeah, it is actually. You could call it Green Hell.
You're gonna leave it running in the background then?
Yeah, just a bit low.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be. I think our voices carry enough.
Anyway.
Yours definitely does.
So, no technical issues. Like that's the first thing we start the show with technical difficulties. There are none.
No.
Anyway, let's begin. Anyway, hello everyone. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, Scott.
Happy Halloween, Liam.
Fucking bunch of faggots.
You hear what that is? That's a well-oiled machine.
That is well. Happy Halloween.
We're gonna pitch something to I don't know, one of those digital channels. I think we should have a little.
I think we might want to stop and start again, Scott.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because no, I think the problem is that we're losing too much of our audience when they first listen in. If it doesn't sound like a proper podcast, then I think people are going to turn off when they realise that it's just two douchebags who haven't even begun yet.
So what?
They're arguing whether this is the beginning or
We
not.
should be professional.
Well, maybe perhaps a tiny bit more.
Well, just we'll start from now. So it's organic. So they'll be like, oh god, they really don't know, but they'll hear us realise, and then that'll be quite cute and tender.
Oh, right.
They look back.
Well, cute and tender is not something I go for on Halloween, Scott. I go for like fearful and fucking angry, maniac.
As long as you try to go for words that are real, don't think we'll have a problem.
Completely fucking maniac right now. Oh,
No, see, we've come too far. All right. Well, how professional should we do it?
oh, I don't know. Happy Halloween, go suck your own dicks. There we go.
There you go. Any credibility we may have had. Oh.
Make sure you rate the little kiddies when they come round to your front door tonight.
Yeah.
Don't give them candy, give them cock.
And hit like on Facebook and YouTube for this, because that's important too. Not as important as your point, but you know.
Are you? Oh, already within fucking 5 minutes of me discovering this, you've already thrown a Facebook fucking shout out in there, Scott.
Well,
Come on,
know,
tell me what happened, man.
Apparently, it's the wave of the future.
I think wasn't it maybe about 5 years ago? I don't think it is anymore
It
now.
was around 5 years ago.
Wasn't it?
Oh, I only rediscovered it today.
I think it's been around for a fair few fucking years.
It
now,
has.
so.
It has. I'm being humorous.
Okay, well, go on, Scott. Tell me what the fuck happened.
I got bored at work, and I just thought, fuck it. Why don't I go back on it? And
Did you not permanently delete it?
well, obviously not, because all I had to do was put my login again. And it was like, you're back.
Yeah, of course.
Which creeped me out a little bit.
There's someone in a fucking call centre somewhere jacking off in happiness.
And I got an instant email going like, somebody's just activated your account. Was it you? And it's like, and then actually the weirdest thing was update your info. So I haven't been on it for like two and a half years, and then all of a sudden update your info's asking me questions.
I don't think it's been that long, has it?
It's been about 2 years, I reckon.
Will you be able to tell from your last fucking
Well, yeah.
post?
Yeah. Well, whatever.
Anyone who's bored,
I'll do
fucking
that.
look.
I'll do that later.
Can go on Facebook and check out
Yeah.
how long a fucking gap it was between him being a fucking bender and him now being a bender once again.
Yeah, well, I'm back in the homosexual fold, apparently.
Yeah, fuck you, man. You know how I feel about Facebook. That's it.
Confused.
Confused. Oh man, the preach has turned. Come on.
No, I just
All
got
the-
bored. I was like, fuck it, let me see what it's like again. Instead of
how is it?
treating
Scott?
it like a bulbous fucking
That's fucking scary enough.
tumour on my face.
That's like a fucking Halloween horror movie there. You just fucking converting back to Facebook.
You say converted, like, all of a sudden I'm going to church every week and trying to convince
Worse,
you.
man. It's not every week. It's all the time.
Or like I put on a white shirt and a tie and black shoes and try and teach her about Jehovah.
Well, I don't want my name on Facebook. I won't. I am actually on Facebook, but I don't actually use it.
So you don't really have a leg to stand on to tell me what
I've
to do
got-
on Facebook
I've got one-
if you are on Facebook.
I've got one Facebook friend,
Well,
maybe two.
wait, it'll stay that way.
Yeah.
I won't go anywhere near it. I
Well, the
promise,
picture.
I promise you.
There's nothing on it.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. The only reason that I got it was because I was getting annoyed because a lot of bands only have shit that's on Facebook.
Yeah, it's
So then
so
when-
big now. You might as well be.
No,
on it,
yeah,
so
so-
you're,
no,
you're
yeah,
in
but
the
just-
loop about certain things.
Yeah, but no. But yeah, so there were band stuff that I'd go onto their page, and they'd only have a Facebook page, they wouldn't have anything else. And then if you clicked on the links, it was like you have to be connected onto Facebook, and to read comments and shit like that. And it just annoyed me, so I'm on it, but no one tried to fucking add me. Like,
That's the spirit.
yeah, like that. Like, it would be the most sought after Facebook account on the planet.
Just add me, and I'll pretend to be Liam.
Well, you'd love that, wouldn't you? Fucking dressing up like me, talking like me.
I wouldn't dress up like you. I'm doing it on Facebook.
It'd be like Silence of the Lambs.
I would just throw in a few, Liamisms.
You tuck your dick in between your legs. And
Is that something you do? Is that a Liamism?
yeah, so you got to do it now as well.
Oh, right, okay. Hey, I'm learning things all the time.
Don't you ever do that, Scott? Stand in front of a mirror and tuck your dick in and see what you look like
Sometimes.
as a lady?
Only if I've got Goodbye Horses on the background.
I don't get that reference.
Silence of the Lambs, you fuck.
Goodbye horses?
Yeah, I'd fuck me. Would you fuck me? Buffalo Bill. It's Halloween. We should be talking about serial killers,
Yeah.
even fake ones.
Oh, well, yeah, of course he's fake.
Remember, he does that whole thing, puts lipstick on. Goodbye horses.
Is that the song he's dancing? Oh,
Yeah.
that's the song he's dancing
Would
to.
you fuck me? I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me real good. I bet you would, Sunshine.
Oh. I'm scared now, Scott.
Why?
Well, it's Halloween and you're talking about fucking me. Anything's possible.
Yeah, it's
I mean-
Halloween.
I'm only on my second beer, so,
And you came in here, sat down, put my scissors in a provocative lady part shape. I know what's going on.
I'd say, like, if I was going to describe what the worst things I think anyone could ever do to me, it would be cut off my knob. Like, I think that would be all-time top horror movie scenarios for me. Like, someone with, like, like a big pair of, like, garden shears or something, and then just
Yeah, but
chop
it wouldn't
it
be
off.
much of a movie, would it?
I don't know if I'd prefer it if they cut it off with the balls or left the balls on. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Right. I
do you
don't think
reckon?
I don't think you'd be happy if you were just left with your balls. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's like, well, great.
Yeah, they're not the best part, are they?
Yeah, it'd be like getting a nose job and still having like a fat ridge, Like, oh, we got rid of all the septum and the sebum up this side, so it's thin, but you still have a bulbous nose. You don't want the ugly part still hanging around.
Yeah, no, you definitely want it all off in one go. But I still, definitely think like that would be top torture scenario. Like anyone would talk, I'd talk. I'd do anything. I'd be like, right.
So remember that, listeners.
Yeah.
If you ever capture Liam, his worst form of torture, just threaten a guy's knob off. He'll tell you anything you want to hear.
Well,
For me, I think it would be, cut my knob off. Yeah, that would really, it'd make me question living further.
eaten alive by wolves.
Yeah.
Like in Sin City where he gets eaten by wolves.
Eaten alive, yeah, that's pretty bad. That's a bad one.
Yeah.
Being
Be
lit on
slow.
fire,
Yeah.
that'd be horrible. Drowning is supposed to be really nice,
Yeah.
because you have hypoxia in the brain that makes you feel like drunk and high for a little bit. So when they say you see your life flash before your eyes, no, you just, it's like a biological high.
I thought that was a DMT in the brain. I thought that was the mammary gland.
The mammary gland.
Yeah, the one, the gland you got in the fucking...
The pituitary gland.
Pineal gland. Is it pineal?
Oh, the pineal gland.
It's the one where...
The third eye, you mean?
Yeah,
is
yeah.
What they think is the third eye. Memory is tit.
Oh, is it? I like them as well.
Well, yeah. Not in my brain.
No.
I don't want to get stabbed in the brain by a tit.
Alright, so they're not mammary, pineal gland. That's the one. And yeah, when you die, it releases all the drug and makes you...
Yeah, it floods your brain with
Psychedelic.
DMT.
DMT, that's the shit.
Which they also think is what happens when you dream. They think that's where dreams come from. Because dreams, everyone has the common experience of dreams. You might not have the experience of psychedelics under your belt, but
Yeah.
you will have tripped. You'll have dreamt. Which is a natural trip that your brain produces every night. So people think it's a dumb thing. It's like, well, your brain does it to you on purpose every night.
Yeah, you're all fucking hypocrites because you're all doing drugs every time you go to sleep.
Yeah, you're just not aware of it. And no, you can't say no. Like, oh, well, if you smoke loads of weed, you stop dreaming.
Yeah.
Which is...
A bit of a drawback, I find.
Yeah, me too.
Because I think dreams, like, even though I don't really agree with the idea that you have like an epiphany, like you wake up and you dream, but I think maybe on a subconscious level you would.
I don't know, there's weird things, man. Like, sometimes I have a dream about someone, you know, that I haven't spoke to in ages, and I get the feeling it's like my brain telling me I need to resolve something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Things like that. I don't know about epiphanies, but I think they're kind of there to sort through the the madness of being awake. It's just, you know, everything our little hard drives download on a daily basis has to sort through that shit. Like, what the hell happened today?
The only dream I had recently was I was trying to shag an Asian woman, which is an unusual dream for me because I've never shagged an Asian woman, so I don't know why I dream about it. And there's no Asian. I haven't recently.
It's obviously a desire somewhere.
I don't know. Aren't they meant to be a bit more discreet than that? Probably not.
Than what? Appearing in dreams. What do you mean, like? No,
Yeah,
they
but
like to have sex. There's more Asians than there is white people. They definitely like to have sex.
Then don't Asian men have really small cocks as well?
From the few I've seen.
How many have you seen, Scott?
Well, you know, I've checked out Japanese porn, and they're not packing 2x4s.
No.
No, more like, you know, lollipop sticks.
Oh, well,
not all of them. I'm sure there's huge dick Asian men out there.
Yeah, and if any are listening, Scott wants to get in contact with you
No,
right away.
I really don't. That's please, no. Oh Jesus. Just the thought of it, like, Asian guys have got small dicks, do they? And then this massive, like, deli sausage that's been hanging up for weeks.
Does it
There's
poke?
that white stuff on the outside that I still don't know what that is.
Well, that would be, you know, you've been had as, like, you get up in the morning and there's one sticking through your letterbox. Like, you've been real small ones.
Yeah.
Take a look up a load of this, Scott.
I'm mistaken. I'm going to take a picture. Not for a gay reason, it's just, when does this ever happen? Something I can put on Facebook.
No, you fucking queer. Fucking hate you, man. Like, why'd you have to be such a fucking ferg? Like, you're already on Twitter, but do people still care about Facebook out there? Are they all still using it all the time?
I don't know.
For what you can tell.
I'm only 2 hours back.
Oh, where are you?
I didn't go in depth. I didn't go in. I literally
I didn't know what that noise was then.
I had 15 minutes. What noise?
I was like, no. Sorry.
Did I make that noise?
No, I did.
Oh.
I was trying to
I'm
say
confused
something.
now. I had a thread.
You know the thread?
Yeah, and it's just braid.
We were talking about cock.
Oh. Yeah, not a fan.
Not a big fan.
I like mine.
Yeah, so that makes you a pretty big fan.
I like mine a lot.
That sounds gay, but it's not.
Well, I'm gay for myself. What can I say? I like my cock.
Yeah, I don't know. What happens if, like, you were given the option that you could never play with it again? Like, you had an option. You could only play with it.
Nope.
Or someone else could play with it, but you couldn't do both. You couldn't choose between.
I would definitely pick me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More reliable.
Never mind reliable. Talk about experience. It'd be
But
like,
you'd never be able to shag another.
Wait. That's not what you said. You
No,
said
no, that's your choice.
No, you said either I could do it or somebody else could.
No.
So that's very specific.
Forever, either only you can play with it,
I could never have sex with another person.
No.
That's ridiculous.
No, don't. Yeah. You can't have either. You can only
No,
play
I'm not
with your
even
own,
answering that. It's so dumb. It's unbelievable.
only you can play with your cock, or someone else can play with it. You got to choose between one
What
or
do
the
you mean
other.
play?
I like
It's so
shag
fucking
it.
vague right now. Like, I can never play with myself again, which means wank, yeah?
Yeah.
Or
You can have sex.
Well, obviously I'm going to pick sex. That's not
You're
even
gonna be
a
sex over
interesting.
wanking.
It's not even an interesting.
Sex over wanking.
Of course, that's two
But then,
completely different
but
things.
then the only time you're going to be able to sexually relieve yourself is if another person's willing to do it with you. You can't do it when you're on your own anymore.
No, but that doesn't even enter my thinking.
It's just one of those questions. Like, what,
No, it doesn't enter my thinking. Like, so I would have to completely give up vagina.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. So, alright, fine, I can't wank. I enjoy having sex more than I enjoy wanking.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Oh, I've done wanking a lot more than I have sex. Like,
Well,
yeah,
that's not what I asked.
That's what I'm talking about in the long term, like, you know. Imagine
Wow, you would really?
Well, imagine. Well, I'm talking about, you know, if for my entire lifetime. Imagine you had to choose at the beginning.
This question's gone from like just a airy topical what would you rather into like I feel really bad now, like in my soul. I feel sorry for you. It's like, oh my god, he would rather touch himself than have actual intercourse.
No, if I had
How
to
do you
choose
compare
between
those
one,
two?
if I had to choose between one or the other, then I think I'd choose myself being able to play with it. Then.
Wow.
Of all the sex I've had with all the different women, yeah, I'd definitely choose
Oh
myself.
my
like.
god, they must have been so bad.
No, I'm far from it, man. I'm just so good.
Yeah, actually, sorry, I can't. Oh.
All those days that I could have been wanking off, like that I lost, like me just like sitting around, like.
Yeah, where you could have been doing something productive. Shit. It's not even like for me. That's like I can't. You can't equate the two fucking things. It's not the same. It's like, would you right? You can never have pizza again, or you can never have.
Yeah, but we're talking about wanking and sex. I live in them in the
This
same
is
category as
it's
pizza, aren't
It's the oddest fucking would you rather. It's like obviously no to wanking. You're like obviously no to sex. It's the strangest fucking thing. And
Anyway, moving on.
I'm not sure I can.
Well, I was interested about the occult. Like, I wanted to talk about the occult a bit. 'Cause
Okay.
I know you know a bit about it. So
Well,
do
there
I.
are a lot of wankers in the occult.
Aleister Crowley.
Yeah.
I've always been a bit of a fan, even though I don't really know anything about the twat. Well, I know about his life and stuff, but I haven't really read much of his material.
I know a little bit, and I'm struggling to recall it.
Well, he liked fucking summoning the devil, didn't he? He was like, you know, England's most evil man because he was like a Satan
He
worshipper.
didn't even like, a Satanist. He created the Church of Satan. So he wasn't a Satanist. He created the Church of Satanists, and he was like a high priest in it. That's interesting, actually. I need to read up more.
Well,
I do. I remember reading something about him when I was like 17. It was like a book about, and I cannot for the life of me
recall any of it.
No.
Oh, I watched a documentary about it. It's fucking highly interesting. Because he was rich, he had lots of money. At one time, he was in like one of the Egyptian pyramids, like with his wife.
Doing experiments and shit.
Yeah,
Wasn't he?
yeah.
Like trying to.
I think he was doing drugs, so you know.
I know Jimmy Page bought his house.
Yeah, the one where he did all the.
All the fucked up.
Well, what he did
sex
was
parties and
well,
shit.
no, he did this thing where it was like you had to. Forgive me, I'll be wrong, and anyone can check up on the real facts. But from what I gathered, you had to be like isolated alone for like 6-9 months, and just continue to pray and worship and summon up this demon. But the condition of summoning up the demon was that you couldn't stop doing what you were doing. If after like a month you got bored, stopping the prayer was so dangerous, you know, it meant like a curse on you and death. Like, and yeah, Crowley just got bored and went off to Egypt instead, and you know left it midway. So that's why the property was deemed to be, you know, haunted and cursed. Like, but
yeah.
so stuff like curses and hauntings, like I think because if people have it in their mind, I think the brain can manifest itself. So strange shit can happen.
Psychological.
Yeah, because you think something weird's happening. So something small, like you might be in a room of a house and you hear a weird noise and just like, oh, that was a weird noise, and you just forget about it instantly. But if someone was like, this is a haunted house, and you heard the weird noise, you'd be like, holy shit, I just heard a fucking ghost.
Yeah, suggestion. It's
Yeah.
powerful. Yeah, definitely. I know that's very interesting. The whole Crowley thing.
Well, I'm interested about the occult because to me it's really weird because these are people that they believe the devil, so theoretically they also believe in God because, like, you know, if you're believing in the other half of religion, you're still believing in religion in a sense.
Well, that was what I was speaking to someone at work about this briefly. Gnostics.
Okay, what's that? Gnostic.
That's like Christian mysticism, and that's really weird shit. They're like a sect of Christianity, one of the oldest. Like,
Yeah.
like really, like back in the day. Not long after
Medieval shit.
Not long after 0 AD kind of thing.
Oh, right.
Like real back in the day, like 500 BC or AD or something. And their whole thing was that the story of Adam and Eve was wrong.
What happened?
That God was the serpent and the devil was the person instructing them not to eat from the tree of knowledge.
Why
Which
would
kind of makes sense if you think about it. Come on, eat that. It will enlighten you and it will open your eyes to endless possibility. Well, why would God stop you from that?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't God encourage that?
Yeah, because we would never. Well, in the theory of religion, we wouldn't be the people. We wouldn't have what we had today without
Yeah.
that.
And that's basically all I know. Which I'm sorry if that's annoying to you. It's annoying to me as well.
Well,
read
what-
books. That's
well,
what I need to do.
A lot.
It.
I read about this one
It's fucking
faction,
fascinating.
the Church of Satan or something like that. Some place, and they believe that when it comes to the apocalypse, Jesus and Satan will be side by side, and Jesus will judge, and Satan will destroy. And the Book of Revelations and all this sort of shit says that
I prefer Godzilla, man. Godzilla's got dinosaurs in it.
Yeah, but God and the devil all coming down to smite us all. I don't know. I find it because the idea of like the evil part of our being is something it's stressed that we shouldn't have it, but it's part of our creativity.
The evil part of us is the most animalistic part of us. That's it.
But
You wouldn't call a cat evil for killing a mouse, would you?
No.
So, you wouldn't call a cat evil for killing another cat. You call it a badass cat, like...
I don't think cats kill each other, do they?
I'm sure they do, like territory and shit like that, packs.
Pussy on pussy.
Yeah. Like, big old lion, he's like, these are my lionesses. And another, slick, big dick African motherfucker walks in. Like,
What were
hey, ladies.
What were the only species that murdered, though? That would be murder.
Chimps murder.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do they do it like Columbo? In the dining room with a candlestick?
No, I've seen a thing where it's like a bunch of chimps ganged up on one chimp. So obviously they wanted that chimp gone.
But
so
then they just
fucking
fight
killed
him. Don't they just fight and then the chimp walks away and has a banana and he's alright?
They ripped it to shreds.
Oh, right.
I'm sure there are instances. I'm not an anthropologist, or whatever, zoologist. I don't know about. That's the thing about me. I don't have deep knowledge about lots of things.
But you were always very good on those fucking quiz machines and shit like that, I always remember.
I'm really good at retaining information, but not necessarily the information conducive to being very successful.
Just
You
pointless pub quiz. Sure.
Yeah, I love trivia, but I don't seek it out. Not anymore.
My brain is like fucking mush, mate.
I keep mine sharp.
Sharp.
Yeah, I'm reading Ulysses by James Joyce at the moment.
What's that?
A trek
Well, what?
of a novel.
Give me if you could give me a one paragraph.
It's
synopsis.
not even it was groundbreaking at the time. It was written in like 1920s, I think. Groundbreaking because it was very modernist. So not a lot of punctuation. Well, there's lots of punctuation actually, but not full sentences and things like that. There'd just be stream of consciousness thrown in there. It's not in chronological order. So he's basically taken all the things like all the things that have been explored in literature up until that point and combine them into one thing, poetry as well. So it's not a novel in the sense of it's a story with a point A, point Z.
Just lots of shit to read.
Yeah, and in weird orders with not necessarily he doesn't include a lot of the linguistic structure to help you along.
So what?
You've got to figure it out.
Is it like reading poetry? So you'll read a sentence.
A lot of it is like poetry.
So you read a sentence and it will just stick out. And then you read some more and it won't make any sense. And you'll reach upon something else and you'll be like, oh.
Yeah, but he does a lot of stream of consciousness stuff as well. So it'll be all of a sudden you're in someone's mind, and he includes the randomness of the mind into the stream of consciousness.
Does he tell you he's going to someone's mind though?
No, there's no indication.
And whose mind it is, there's no indication of either.
No.
Fucking hell, well, then, okay, bizarre. Is there any sort of theme to it?
Yeah, it's a retelling of, I think, it's set in Dublin in 19 whatever, and it's like a retelling of Ulysses, of the Greek mythology that's set. So I have an idea about what the story is. I'm about 200 pages in, it's a 600-700 page book.
Bah.
So I'm about 200 pages in, I got a slim grasp. And that's only because when I read it, I'm concentrating like a motherfucker. Like, this isn't something...
Are you, that's all like wiki in it to try and
No.
see if you can, like, piece, you know, wiki can tell you what that chapter, you know, it's all split up so it can tell you.
When it comes to books like this, I read it first. I just plough in. Like War and Peace and all these, you know, like hardcore books, Liam. I've read some of the when I say classics, I mean like the tomes that have like held civilization up by its knees. Like fucking some of the lengthiest, wordiest, most intellectual books out there. I've read them and I've understood them because I love books. I love literature. I'm just that way minded. I'm actually a lot smarter than I let on, or sometimes I'm not as clever as I pretend to be. Anyway. Sorry, you've just gone off into a world and...
Well, I was waiting to talk.
Sorry.
You were loving up your books.
Yeah, I do. I love literature, I do. It's probably my favourite thing in the world.
I know, I like modern shit. That's, yeah, it's my downfall, Scott. I like to read, but... I don't know, I like modern stuff. I try and read all that fucking old stuff and my brain starts turning to mush after a bit and I can't, you know, if I can't follow, then I can kind of read between the lines a bit and you can kind of work out the gist of what's going on. Some books, you know, some epic books are great, like Master and Margarita.
Yeah, that's great.
That's a great book. That's an epic one as well. Right, but...
That's a very Russian book, though.
Yeah, very Russian. So
and
very difficult to understand, like, until you get into it.
But once you understand that rhythm, then it opens up a whole world of it. Like, seriously, man, after...
Which you think it's not funny when you first start reading it, you're like, oh, this doesn't make any sense. These characters, everything's so square and, you know, even the structures of the sentences are so the same all the time. But then after a bit, you kind of get into the rhythm of it and you understand, like, yeah, it works. Like, you know, it's funny. Of course, it doesn't work 1,000,000% because it wasn't written in our language. And, you know, I think translation of anything, I think it's lost. Like,
they've been struggling with that for hundreds of years. That's
one of the reasons I like being English, is that I can speak English and I can watch a lot of the movies I want to watch in my own language.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, one of the worst things is when a movie's dubbed. Subtitles are fine, man. Subtitles are fine because you read it and it does take your attention away from the screen, but a bad dubbing, and it happens...
it pisses me off.
And 9 times out of 10, they're bad dubbings.
I can't watch it.
And I remember my dad, because he's French, my dad used to say to me all the time that he'd watch a film in France...
Dubbed into French.
Yeah, and then when he watched it in English, it was because... It's the voices of the actors that you're seeing.
The intonation, everything's so wrong about it.
Well, the emotion that the actors are portraying, like in their speech, you know, the speech is one of the most important things. Like, isn't it visually? You know,
I can't imagine.
We don't take much visually. It's all
get busy living, get busy dying. You're goddamn right. I wouldn't feel that.
No.
You know.
And there's pauses and, you know, sentences are because of continuality in the, you know, you've only got when their lips are moving. So a whole speech, you know, if it's in a different language, it might take a lot longer to fucking say. But you got to condense it into what that guy, you know, one word in English could be 10 words in German, and 10 words in English could be one word in German.
Yeah,
right?
even like looks and shit.
Yeah.
You know, like looks. You can't. If you fuck that up with a clunky. Yeah. Like in a really emotional moment, it just throws the whole thing out of fucking whack.
Yeah.
A guy could be looking at the woman he loves and he's about to go off and he knows he's going to die, and his last words to her is going to be, "Remember me." And, you know, it's a powerful moment. But if it can't, "Remember me," it just. Fuck. I don't even care.
Yeah.
You know, I hope he dies.
Yeah, always
Dubbing
prefer,
shit.
I've always preferred subtitles, like, I'd just rather read.
Yeah, me too. Reading's no chore for me, obviously.
Nah.
So. I think you should read Crime and Punishment. I think you really like that.
Yeah?
That's about a Russian kid who he quits uni and he's got, like, his mum sends him money and she's not even that rich. So when he quits uni, he doesn't even get a grant from the government.
Yeah.
So he decides to kill an old Jewish moneylender woman because he rationales like, she's a piece of shit. She makes people sell their stuff to her. Well, they sell their stuff to her and then she doesn't sell it back at a reasonable price. You know, she's a moneylender.
Yeah.
So there's interest and all that kind of shit. And she's a piece of shit. She's a horrible woman. No one's going to miss her. So he plans on murdering her. But he's a very intelligent young man. He's like, I can't believe I'm going to do this. So the whole book is about him trying to...
Rationale in his brain.
Yeah.
Right, that is interesting.
It's very fucking interesting. I won't tell you if he does it or not, but... You know, that's not even half the story, to be honest. You'd love it, man. It's
Yeah.
really good. Really dark. Good for a man that enjoys exploring the pathology of serial killers. And
Yeah.
I know you're that. So,
I do
just like me.
thoroughly, I do thoroughly enjoy a bit of killing, Scott. I do thoroughly enjoy it.
I don't know if I enjoy the killing. That serial killers to me are like war. That I can't understand them, and it drives me crazy. So I go out of my way to try. You know.
But I could kind of relate. I can relate to the
You
serial
can
killers.
on many levels, but when it comes to the actual
You know,
serial killers aren't meek people. They usually do some really fucked
I
up
think
shit.
I think what we should talk about is not serial killers, but we should talk about, you know, people that do extreme acts. You know, whether it's jihadi or, you know, just people that go on rampages and
Okay.
just finally flip one day and, you know, turn around and kill their entire families and kill themselves. Like, I think the reason all that sort of stuff is so fascinating, why it gets such good
prime
press.
time, yeah, press.
yeah, is that it's in all of us.
Mhm.
Like, all of us could snap. Like, everything could get on top of us at any one point, and we could all just turn around and either kill ourselves or kill anyone around us.
You know what the one that freaks me out the most, and it's because it's been talked about the most in the last few years, is you'll get a guy, and he's a dad, he's a family man, and then something goes wrong financially, or he makes loads of dickhead mistakes, you know, like he does dumb stuff like remortgages the house and bets
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff, and then it gets to a point where he knows, fuck, there's no going back,
We've lost everything now.
it's all over.
Yeah.
So he rationed out, I need to kill myself. And my wife. And my kids. That, the last 10 years, I would say, that seems to happen a lot.
Of course.
And it's like a sick symptom of society, and it's fucking fascinating.
Of course.
That mentality of, well, I fucked all our lives up forever, so I'm going to go shoot everyone in the head.
Well, it's the idea. It's the
And
idea
then me
that,
last.
it's that-
Benoit style, you know?
it's the idea that you couldn't see any way out of that. You couldn't be like, you know, alright, we'll deal with it, everything will be shit. Maybe even she'll leave me, the kids will leave me. But, you know, in 5 years' time, I'll still be alive. You know, I'm not, you know, it's not like someone's got a terminal illness or, you know, a fucking gun to the head. It's just like, right, you know, everything you've built up over these last 10 years, 20 years, it's all gone. But there might be something else on the fucking horizon. But people...
Yeah, but not for that man. That man knows he's lost his wife. He's lost his family. and the only way he can't.
But why would you kill them?
Because that way he doesn't lose them. They don't make the decision to walk away from him. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Of course I see.
There's a certain element of power in it as well that I find really interesting, where it's like, I'm the man.
Well, it's
I'm
like
the head of the household. And I don't necessarily think that that's a warped thing in men's minds that do this. I think this is a societal pressure. It's like, you're the man, you're the breadwinner. Even though everything's equal still. Now, I mean, you know, everything's equal. Men and women are equal. They're still not. The man is the main provider in the house. There's got to be a lot of pressure involved in that, just in itself. If you fail at that,
I always find fascinating when you hear about other families from other countries where they kill their own daughters, like they killed their own sons because they've disgraced the name and of their family.
Well, according to them, whatever mad religious tenets usually they ascribe to.
Murder happens constantly. Like, people are killing each other all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Love, hate, any excuse. Like, that's why it makes for such really fascinating, because everyone.
Most of it is passion, though, isn't it? Like all the ones that happen in the home, happen in the kitchen and shit.
Well, the majority, it's going to be someone you know.
Yeah.
So that means that there will be some sort of emotional attachment between the two involved. But
that's some scary shit. Don't kill me, Liam.
No. Oh well, what
I won't do anything to you that bad.
You need a motive at the end of the day. That's what always makes it so tricky. You need a reason. If you're going to go out in a blaze of glory, then you don't need any reason.
What reason would you need to murder me?
Well, that's an interesting point, Scott, because I've always thought, if I ever met someone that I thought... If I ever met someone that I
thought about it.
Oh, I think about it a lot. I've always thought that if I met someone that I thought deserved to die, and they weren't going to die, and that my killing them would be a positive outcome.
What are your fucking inexpressible criteria that someone needs to die?
I've never met anyone like that. It's just someone that's evil. Someone that's evil, that's doing evil stuff, and I'm the only one person that could stop them. I don't know what it is. Abusing children, beating women. If they're a murderer and they can, like in the movie, if you just came across, you could never prove it to anyone, but you knew that this person was a fuck up. Like, deserve to die. The world would be a better place if you could kill them. Imagine you found out someone was a killer, but you had no way of proving it, and they were a murderer, or they were doing horrible things. Then would you kill them?
Probably not.
Or would you just go to the police and just leave it and just get out then?
I don't know. There's not enough there for me to go on.
Alright, imagine someone fucking killed your family or something like that. Someone.
Well, yeah, then I go after him like that little girl in True Grit. I go and hire a fucking drunk bounty man and shoot that motherfucker in the chest.
Well, that's the example. Okay, well that example you understand. I'm just saying, so if you just.
I haven't got any family though.
I'm just saying, if you thought you could get away with it. I don't know. Part of me is highly intrigued. Like I find.
Yes, no, I understand.
I think of myself as intelligent, so part of me would, if I found someone that I thought deserved to die, then I'd consider it, man. But but I'm smart, so I'd have to do it and get away with it, which would be very difficult.
Self-preservation for me is the trump.
Oh, 1,000,000%. You've seen me. Scott.
I like my quiet, happy, fat white person life. I'm not sure I want to.
They'd eat me alive in jail. Look, I'm not going. So
You might be alright.
No, this
loads of energy, potheads. You might just get in with the drug gang.
Yeah, and they would just rape me. They would just pass me around and use me like a toy.
You'll get used to it.
Well, okay. Once if someone's bumming you all the time. Well, alright, once if, I'm just going to the most horrific situation. Yeah, once if you got raped by someone, and then, as a kid, and then when you were older you saw them, you'd contemplate murder then, wouldn't you?
Yeah, at least take one of their eyes out. So, yeah. It's not happened.
No.
Alright, I need to have a bathroom break.
But no one ever
It's time for
anger
Liam's
me.
deep bath.
No, there's no deep bath about this shit. Don't anger me, because if you piss me off enough,
I've
will
angered you
contemplate
loads
it.
of times.
No, well, it will go in my head. I've seen so many Columbo episodes that I know what to fucking do. Like, you know, no CCTV cameras, no prints, but you've got to make it the murder kind of impossible. Like, it couldn't have been you that did it. And, you know, I've got some thoughts. I've got some thoughts and some ideas, you know. My edible key is one. I have a key that I can eat, but I'll go into that later. I don't know. Like I said, I've never met anyone that I thought. But that could change. That could change very soon. So, all people coming my way, be careful. Like, be wary. Because I ain't got no time. Well, anyway. What the fuck should I talk about next? Well, it's Halloween, so I should talk about my favourite fucking Halloween movie, which is The Nightmare Before Christmas. Even though I don't know whether you classify that as a Christmas or Halloween movie. Because Christmas is in the title, but Halloween isn't. But definitely my favourite Halloween movie.
What's that?
Nightmare Before Christmas. God, Tim Burton.
Oh, fucking hell.
No?
No.
Musical?
I'm not jazzed by musicals or cartoons.
No?
No, I'm highly cynical, so I like realism.
What about movies that you watched as a kid that were animated?
Yeah, I liked them when I was a kid.
It still touches me, that movie. And I touch the kids as a result, Scott.
Well,
I can't take all the touching. I've got to spread the touching. Spread it all about. Like Marmite on toast, Scott.
that's a problem. I need more than one kid because I've got such a big cock. I need like 6 little hands. Before I
was thinking how many people dressed up as the guy from Ian Watkins from Lost Prophets. You
Probably
reckon?
not many.
I was thinking, is that under a year? Was that last year? I think it's maybe just under the barrier.
What, a year's barrier, is it? I'm not sure.
No, whether last
Halloween.
Halloween, because I got into a conversation with someone the other day where we were talking about, controversial Halloween costumes. And my argument with these ones where people dress up as, Taliban or, Ebola fucking patients.
There was an Ebola nurse one, apparently, somewhere.
But
sexy Ebola nurse, obviously.
My argument is that, I'm angry with them all because they're not Halloween costumes. Halloween costume is not the same as fancy dress costume. There has to be a kind of horror. And Taliban are not. There's no horror movie or horror scenario where, it's in Taliban. That's just a war movie. Like, that's not in the genre. That's war. That isn't horror. And Ebola, that's the news. Like, that's not horror either. You could be a zombie Ebola person or a zombie terrorist, but you can't just people walking around just like cats and shit.
My favourite Halloween costume was when I dressed like a nun.
Yes, I remember you.
That was my favourite. I think that encapsulated horror quite well.
Yeah, but that wasn't the proper Halloween costume because there was nothing particularly.
You weren't raised Catholic, were you?
You weren't.
See, if you were, you wouldn't be saying that. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, did you have to deal with nuns?
No, I didn't, because I went to an all-boys school, so, they like to keep...
Just priests?
They keep men and women separate.
Just the priests, eh?
Which has nothing to do with the engendered, homosexual, paedophilic nature of the Catholic Church.
Or
anyway,
you.
I don't like fucking... No, I knew it was all weird, man. It was... I hated it. I was like, this is high school, and yet we're surrounded by boys. So how exactly are we supposed to deal with women when we get out of here?
Don't worry, I was in schools.
Thank God for college.
I was in schools with women, and it wasn't much help. Same problem.
Yeah, but I didn't even have
opportunity.
No,
means.
not even opportunity. I'm not talking about opportunity. Like, just like surrounded by him. I was surrounded by my. The only women in my life when I was at high school was like my mum and
No teachers.
friends and teachers and stuff like that. When I got to college, it all fit into place rather easily, just because I'd been looking forward to it for so long. Getting away from my high school, and
So Boise went to the same then?
we went to the same high school, but he
So it
was
was all
obviously-
boys as well?
Yeah, and Yanni and Lee man.
They all went to all boys?
Mhm.
Bunch of queers, man.
What are you talking about? You fucking retard.
Did you
You
lot...
bunch of queers, man.
Did
You actually went to the school your parents made you go to?
I don't know.
You fucking idiot.
Did you rub each other up in the, you know... What
Yeah,
did
we did it while thinking about you. Fucking, oh, Jesus. No, I'm sorry. I'm like 50% this podcast, so I have to draw a line under a certain level of retardedness. Holy moly.
Oh, you can't draw any lines. Then you might as well just...
I'm going to be drawing lines constantly. I've realised that now.
Escort me out the podcast.
I'm not going to escort you out. It's like you're 50% of it. You're just as important as I am to this whole thing.
Oh.
So, you know, when one end of the seesaw goes up, the other side must come down. That's all I'm going to say.
I like that.
Good. I like your shirt, by the way. It's very funky.
Yeah, it's warm as well.
And you can't see it, Pete. Yeah, it's the warmest Halloween on record. 23 degrees today.
Satan's close.
Wow.
Devil's closer than we think, man. It's the end of days, like end of days. That's why I can't even get excited about any sort of apocalypse anymore. It's just the realization that nothing that exciting, nothing really exciting. Ever...
No.
September the 11th, that was it. I've missed it. Like that was probably the highlight of my fucking life.
I only found out about that on my way home.
Really?
I was walking, I was coming out of Wilson Junction, there was a guy sat in his car listening, and he had his door open, and there was a couple of people around there. I was like, that's fucking weird. Like, all of a sudden people are crowding around one man's. I was like, what's going on? I was almost drawn over to them. They were like, apparently a plane's been flown into World Trade Center. I'm like, what? Fuck. So I got home like 10 minutes later, and my mum's in the front room watching it, going, yeah, a plane. And then that's when we were both in here talking about it when the second one went in live. I'm like, whoa.
Sick.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that's a big budget movie.
That was
That.
crazy. I watched the news all fucking day that day. That was insane. I remember like smoking a joint thinking,
That's why the
this
English.
is insane, man.
The sequel, the English one, it just wasn't as exciting, was it? It didn't have, you know.
No, but I felt it more because I was actually out and about that. I was at work. So I had family from Scotland like phoning my mum and texting and stuff like that to see if, you know, they just know I'm in London and I work somewhere. They didn't know where. So there was a little bit of freak out. And I remember I was working at Ealing Broadway that time. I went to work after work and got a little bit pissed before I got the boss home.
You went to work after work.
I went to the bar after work,
Ah,
so
right.
I got a little bit pissed.
I need your scar.
Slightly nervous about getting on public transport.
Mm.
But irrationally, obviously.
Yeah.
What? Has there ever been a terrorist attack and then later in the day just one random bus goes up? Ha! No, of course not.
Yeah, still the 55 casualties or whatever it was. Yeah, it wasn't.
It was sick, but it wasn't 3,000 odd.
Nah.
Which again, is nothing compared to what happens around the world. Like, there was a thing a few weeks ago, the Ebola, the World Health Organization released, like 4,800 people have died of Ebola in the past few months. But then they showed on a graph, and it's like, yeah, compared to malaria, there's been like 26,000 deaths of that in the past 2 months.
Yeah.
And HIV/AIDS in Africa, there's been about 70,000 deaths in the same amount of time. But, rich white people aren't scared about that.
Yeah, but you can still get
They're
AIDS.
scared about getting a handshake from the help and bleeding out their arsehole till they die. So that's why everyone's so fucking, Ebola. Don't worry about Ebola.
was bird flu last time. Once again, have there even been any cases in this country? I don't think so, have there? It was America.
Oh.
Well, that's really fucking far away. Like, really fucking far. Good riddance.
What I know about it is what I heard on one of the latest Rogan podcasts. Apparently, these bioengineers, they're not that worried about man-made diseases. They're worried about nature, because we've hit 7 billion. They're worried about nature. Nature doesn't give a fuck. If nature thinks that you're messing with her equilibrium, she'll just kind of sway through you. What? How are you going to mess with nature? There are already these infections you can get in hospitals, superbugs. So we've used antibiotics to such a degree that these things have figured out how to not be killed by antibiotics.
But that's always why I think I'm quite resistant. Why I haven't been affected by all the alcohol and drugs that I've done is because I don't use medication a lot. I think my immune system's tough as a result. I think I've been on antibiotics once, twice in my life. That's it. And yeah, I think people, they'll give you antibiotics for anything. They'll give you antibiotics if you've got the flu, and it's like, well, I think you should just let your body fucking sort it out, shouldn't you?
I've only ever had them for proper things, infections and I had my back surgery and my face surgery and shit like that, and abscess in my tooth. I've had them a few times, but I've never abused them. I've never had an opportunity to abuse painkillers, but I've had fun with diazepam and shit. That's good stuff.
It's like all these fuckers that are allergic to everything all the time. I don't know. Part of me is just like, well, if you're allergic to that shit, you should just die off then. That's why God gave you those allergies. Peanuts. Yeah, God gave you the allergy that a peanut would kill you, so you ate a peanut, you died. You're just fucking with the equilibrium of fucking life by, taking antihistamines and stuff. Just let nature take its toll and kill you off, and there's more space for us, Scott. More shit to go around, more houses.
I could go to the Champions League final.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be that many people. I'd probably get a really good seat.
Yeah, 500 million. That's the desired number.
Across the world.
Yeah.
Right.
On the planet, 500 million.
Well, that sounds horrendous. Who's going to tell the other 650 billion that they're fucking manure?
Not me.
Me either.
But we'll think of something.
No.
It'll be like a scratch card.
I won't.
There'll be an app. It'll just tell people on their phone, sorry, you didn't make the cut, and they'll accept it.
What if we gave black people a chance? It's like, you know what, you've been fucked over from day one, and then just all of a sudden, everything changes, and they just go, you know what, I think the worst thing that ever happened to this world was white people, and it wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah, but what difference?
It might be harsh, but it might not be wrong.
Yeah, but it'd just be the same. They were westernised as well. They all got the same mentality as us. Nothing would change.
I love Patrice O'Neill's got the best one about that, about being, why don't you go back to Africa? He's like, Africans don't like black people. It's like, I can't go back, I can't go over there. They don't like me, and I'm American. I can't walk about in old soccer shirt and tuxedo shoes with an AK. No. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to a segment I call Beer O'Clock.
I'm on my own.
Walking off.
No, well, that leaves me on my own again to fucking piece together whatever fucking semblance there is here. I gotta find a job. That's my next motto. My next job. To find a fucking job. Oh, it fucking drives me mad. I hate it. I don't ever want to work again in my life.
Well,
I was thinking the other day, Scott.
who wants to work? That's the thing. There are people that are really good at pretending that they do. But underneath it all, really?
I was thinking, in the last 10 years, what have I actually fucking achieved? And it would actually be zero. I haven't got anything to show for 10 years of life. So, in one sense, that's, you could look at that negatively. if that's a word.
No, just negatively.
Negatively. Or you could look at that on a plus and say, well, at least I haven't lost anything. You know, everything's, nothing's been gained, but nothing's been lost. So I'm still as happy as I was, or still at the same level as I was when I was 20. And when I was 20, I was really, really fucking happy all the time. So why can't I just be happy now that, okay, I haven't got the car, I'm not a celebrity, I haven't got any fucking wealth, I haven't, people don't know who I am.
You know what it is? People get stuff and they go, oh, I want to get more stuff. And because you haven't ever got stuff, you don't have that drive to go out and get stuff. And neither do I, really.
But I've gotten stuff, but in different ways. The stuff that I've got, it's not the stuff that I can hold on to. It's like
big stuff.
It's like the music and the movies and the nights out and the people that I hung around with, and all the fun stories and all the fucking good times that I've had. Those are the things that you can't carry around. No, then it's not. It don't work that fucking way.
You're quite enlightened. That's why you don't really worry about it.
But
we all know this ain't permanent.
No, it's not. No.
There's no good ending for any of us, really.
No.
We all end up.
Something's gonna kill us.
Yeah. We're all gonna ruin a bunch of people's days. You know what I mean? The more people you know, the more people you grow up with, the more people you love, the more people you're just gonna upset one day when you die. You will. You'll put a crimp in their day.
For their week. For their life.
Not week. It's just life.
Week.
Week. What are you saying? Are you saying week?
Yeah.
But what's week?
People would miss me for a week, not just one day.
Oh, okay. Right.
And then I said forever.
I think they miss you for about half a day.
Nah. I don't care. I don't want them to.
They've missed me for 20 minutes.
Tell them to go through my pockets and fucking, get anything they can off my fucking carcass. But,
Don't take his liver, it's pickled.
I don't spend any money on a funeral. I want that fucking committed down to fucking on the record. I don't want a fucking funeral. I don't want no fucking priest. I don't want no fucking churchy thingy, even if it's not a real church. I don't want one that...
I'll bury you out the back with the dead cats.
Look, I just want, just go to the pub. Someone would have cooked me up into some ash. Meet in the pub with my thing of ashes, and then go and fucking chuck me out somewhere and watch me float away. There we go. And then take like a 500 quid and put it behind the bar, and everyone get pissed. And it'd be far cheaper than a funeral.
Where's this 500 quid coming from, by the way?
Everyone can chip in.
Oh, fucking hell.
I don't want to leave anyone with like a fucking
It'll be three of us with a £20 bottle of whiskey.
£5,000 fucking debt as a result of having to fucking...
Then get a life insurance policy.
No!
Look out for the people you love.
No, they should look out for themselves. I'm dead. I don't give a shit. Just go sprinkle me somewhere and they get pissed at the pub afterwards. Like, there we go. Don't dab the bullshit where everyone's going to be out with the family and stuff. They won't be invited anyway.
Yeah. Oh, don't talk to me about family. That's a dirty word.
Family will be my mum, my dad and my brother. That'll be it. And my one.
Oh dear.
Keep numbers down.
Well, try and picture who my family would be.
Well, I met them, Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah, but can't you... Is there no way, like, if you're having a funeral that you could, like, make a list of people that aren't invited? Do you reckon? It could be your last request. All these people to come.
I turned away a few requests from my mum's funeral.
Did you?
Well, not requests. It was almost like requests through other people.
Oh, they say, I'll come...
Such and such go. I think it'd be really nice if they could go, and it's like, look...
We're
talking about neighbours here, and I was like, look, my mum fucking hated her. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm being 100% genuine. She fucking hated her. So, no, she shouldn't come to her funeral. Hello, Fall. It's me and you now. Thanks for sticking with us. So, yeah. I don't really know what to say. I haven't thought about it. It's all come up on me rather quickly. I joined Facebook again today. I gave it up about a year ago because I was just sick of seeing... Like, I didn't ever see anything interesting. It was people trying to be funny, or pictures of babies, and I like people trying to be funny, but only if they, you know, are at least a little bit funny. I'm dying on my arse right now. Jesus. Okay. Try and think of something funny. Oh, here comes Liam. Oh, that's rough.
What?
I had nothing prepared. Oh. I think I know what it's like to be heckled now. I was doing it to myself.
You're heckling yourself.
Yeah. Fucking hell, think of something, you prick. When I tell myself to do something, I really don't like doing things.
Like what?
I don't know, it's just... You know how you have those two voices in your head? They're the balance. It's like the... You should really do that. Don't be a faggot. I'm not being a faggot. I just want to do this. Yeah, I know, but it looks a bit gay. Yeah, but I'm trying to be this. You know that voice?
Yeah.
Both of them in my head are really fucking negative. So a lot of the times it's like, don't even try that. Yeah. It's like, hey, where's the balancing voice? Where's the voice, where's the voice of reason in that? Oh, he's gone.
Well, look.
You got rid of him a long time ago.
What always happens with me is that I'll be out somewhere and 9 times out of 10 I can always remember the negative, man. 9 times out of 10 I can only think about negative things about people.
Yeah.
So, 9 times out of 10...
How they pissed you off.
Yeah, exactly.
How they ruined the night. Like, just why would you even do that?
But there was that one time that, they were a good, a good person, a good thing in your life, and, give people a bit of the benefit of the doubt. Yeah. But not too fucking much.
Then you get tired of that shit.
Yeah, fuck that. People don't... Actually, I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. People don't deserve any sort of leeway. People are fucking annoying as hell. Like, everyone's just long nowadays, man. Like, everyone... The world's just in this place where everyone's connected online, that no one actually really wants to connect with one another.
Is that the way of the world, or is that because we got older?
No, it's the way. It's more of the way of the world. Like, it's definitely a change in society, man. It's definitely a difference. Like, definitely a difference. The young generation are growing up. They're not the generation that went to the pub and stuff.
Like, I'm not going to mention any names, man, but when I first went on the old Facebook today, someone that I'm not really connected to in real life to anymore, like a thing popped up and I read it, and it was all about turning 30. Now it's like...
Oh, hang on, who?
Someone of our ilk.
Well, just say who it was, come on.
No.
Yeah, dude,
no,
come on.
Liam, the point of the story is not who the person is. Don't get all riled up. This ain't a copy of Heat. I'm not... It's like, oh, look, he's got cellulite. That's not the point. The point is, I was looking at it.
If you're going to tell me the story,
the story isn't about the person. The story is about the thing I'm going to say.
Okay, go on.
The person put, gonna be 30. Oh, now I'm 30. I'm so old. And I was reading them going like, all Facebook is like, it's a way of pulling people's banality out of them and making it
Who just turned 30?
Well, you could probably figure it out. And it was just bullshit. Like, I'm turning 30. Oh my god, I feel so old. It's like, well...
Write it down on a piece of paper.
Why would you... It's like the most hackneyed thing you could say, I've already figured out what I'm going to put on Facebook and Twitter on my fucking 30th birthday. And I'll give you all a heads up. This is what it's going to say. For 30, I look fucking good. That's what I'm going to put. I'm not going to put, oh god, I'm 30. Aren't I old? Oh god, goodbye 20s. Where did you go?
Yeah.
I'm not going to put something like that. You can be guaranteed that I will not put something like that. You can be guaranteed I'm going to put, damn, I look good for 30. That's I'm sorry, I enjoy myself and I enjoy life too much to continue that fucking bullshit, hackney. Hey Liam, I'm 30, I'm so old. LOL. Emoticon thumbs up. Fuck off, you cunt. That's the appropriate response to that. If I ever send you that, that's the appropriate response.
Well, I won't be anywhere that you can send me that anyway.
Good.
Because I won't be on Facebook.
Good.
Boom! Fuck you and your fucking Facebook.
Okay.
See, exactly. Then all it does is open up portals to people that are douchebags. Like, you know, that's the only thing it's good for.
I think I'm better equipped to deal with them though. Like back when Facebook, when I was on it, I was worried about what I would say. Like, oh, I hope that status update didn't offend people. Now I'm actually kind of at the age where I want to separate the wheat from the chaff. You know, like I actually want to. I'm going to put some hellacious things on there, and I hope I get unfriended. Let's see how much damage I can do with my mouth. My mouth's always been my best and worst enemy. And that's what this podcast's about as well. And so let's see. Can't really separate one from the other.
Nah, fuck that shit. I know, it's, you know, I guess it's kind of cool you can stalk people and see what they've been up to. You know, that's the only plus I could see for some
I'm not
people.
really interested though.
Yeah, everyone's interested. You're going to see what people have been saying.
I've already unfriended a few people.
Like who?
I'm not going to say.
Oh, what the fuck, man? Like, if you've unfriended them...
Liam, if they're not worth my time on Facebook, they're not worth my time on the podcast, yo.
God, man. You're so unable. Like, I'll throw names in. I don't
You're not
mind.
on Facebook. You don't have the ability to unfriend people.
I can. With my thumb.
Oh, you can unfriend your 2 followers. Or whatever it is.
1, 2, don't know.
I can see I'm probably going to have to be the advertising wing of the podcast enterprise.
I just haven't decided to tell anyone yet. Scott. Early days for that shit. Anyway, we're getting completely off the track here. I'm getting too stoned and I'm not treating this like a proper podcast.
Oh.
I am. I'm a bit fucking
Alright, it's a
nice,
proper.
Scott.
What should we do? Should we read letters from the listeners?
No, well, we haven't got any fucking listeners. Oh, we're only fucking an hour in as well.
Oh,
Got to fill up some of the airtime, like.
we got to fill up some of the airtime because not everything's geared towards Liam. What's happened is he's lost interest.
No, what? Definitely not.
No.
No.
We got to wrap this shit up, man. Oh dear, you know. What do you want to talk about, Liam? You want to talk about something? Let's talk about it. Let's stop fucking prancing around the point like this, that, and the other. Let's go.
I don't know. I talked about everything I wanted to talk about. Talked about the occult already, like. That's mainly what's been interesting me recently, Scott.
How about this? We've been messaging each other today, as we do,
Oh, yeah.
as podcast partners and everything. And you made a good point. I basically have figured out a way to introduce psychedelics into my life
It might help.
as an extension into other people's lives. Anyway,
But then you just explain.
what I'm trying to say is I think what we should do is many different altered states of podcast. So we can have a drunk cast, we can have a stoned cast, a trip cast, a coke cast, a Dizzle cast. You know, like we could be psychedelic warriors.
Yeah. It might help, man. I haven't had a fucking psychedelic trip in years.
Me either, and I think it's very fucking needed.
It's been years and years and years and years and years and years.
Mhm.
It wasn't the last time I did acid, was it? I must have done.
That was the last time I did anything seriously psychedelic.
Fuck, man.
And that was like 2008.
It's like 6 years ago.
So I think it due. And I
Wow.
watched the Bill Hicks, the Bill Hicks story last night. And that ranch that they used to go to, they used to fast for like a day and then take a ridiculous amount. And they only did that like every couple of years. I'm really, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous, man.
I need to do that.
I was thinking about that the other day.
I need to recalibrate.
It was a bad decision by the government to take psychedelics off the street. I couldn't see what the problem was with head
That's
shops
an
selling them.
understatement.
I really couldn't see what the problem was. I think they're going to do themselves long-term problems by doing that. I think there are things, you know. I think if people can't have psychedelic experiences, then they're more likely to have like brain emenisms.
But they banned. I remember following it because
Brain emenisms.
they banned it because of the same reason they ban everything. A few decades.
Well, what? Some people went crazy, but
Yeah.
but people always go crazy. People go crazy all the fucking time, even without psychedelics.
But that's not the reaction the government has. The government has like, oh, people are going a little bit nuts doing this. And when I say people, I mean 0.04%. You know, will do something ridiculous, and we all know this. Alcohol is a lot larger percent than 0.05 or whatever I just said. With alcohol, it's like, okay, on a Friday night, you know, at least 60% of the people that are hammered are going to be trouble. Is that fair?
Well,
You're an experienced barman. What would you say?
60%.
Of piss heads, of people out, like fucking going at it. What would you say are going to be trouble?
It's the minority, man. It definitely is the
Okay.
minority, but it only takes one person to cause some trouble for everything to fucking kick off. Like,
That was the whole thing with shrooms, man. When they were available, it was great, and then you started noticing these little stories infiltrating the news. You know, like guy bought mushrooms from a Camden stall and then jumped in the canal and had a bad day. It's that. That's all it takes, man. A few fucking idiots. And the rest of us psychedelic warriors have to suffer. Have to suffer.
6
Suffer.
years, man.
I'm hungry.
That's really bad. I've done lots of fucking other drugs. But yeah, I haven't done any psychedelics.
No,
But
me
they
either.
made them class A's, like.
Yeah.
So who's gonna fucking wave a fucking mushroom about if it's a class A fucking drug?
Well, I am going to buy a spore kit. A friend of mine is going to buy a spore kit.
We're gonna make shrooms, aren't we?
A friend of mine is going to...
We're gonna make them in my house.
A friend of Liam's is going to buy a spore kit. And he's going to grow... Apparently the yield is about 400 grams. So if you call bullshit on that, you're probably at least going to get like 200. And even that is insane when you think about it.
I don't know how much. I can't remember how mushrooms were.
Well,
I remember I'd eat a mushroom.
McKenna would say a heroic dose was 5 grams dry.
Yeah, but
So
I'm
if
just
I got
gonna.
200,
I'm just gonna.
100's going in the freezer.
I'm just gonna munch. I'm just gonna munch a mushroom and see what happens.
When our friend grows them, it's going to be party time all around, god damn it. Anyway, that's what I'm going to say. My friend's a G for figuring this out, by the way. Can't wait. Can't wait.
Why don't you just? Anyway,
Why don't I just say it's me?
no.
Is that what you're going to say?
No. I wasn't gonna say that. That's libel.
Exactly. That's why I didn't. My friend is doing it.
Well,
He's a good guy. His name's Pot.
oh dear. Fuck, man. That bit of weed fucking knocked me for 6. I got that off my lovely mum. Sort me out of this guy.
Yeah, you rolled it up on my 20% Marks and Spencer's voucher.
Yeah, that's worth more. 21. It's got a bit of fucking ingrain in there.
I'm sorry to do this to you, but
Okay.
no. It's maybe second deep bath.
It's like my third. Anyway, hello everyone. It's Mr. Liam Scott here. Finally Scott's left and we can be alone. We can talk seriously for a minute now. Now, all you people out there need to take fucking notice of what's happening around you. The zombies, they're out. They're out there. They're totally out there. I can hear them. But don't worry, I'm not scared. There's a joint over there as well. That helps. Shit. Okay, dead air. Can't have dead air. I gotta continue to talk, even if I'm not saying anything. I just gotta continue to talk and just fucking blah 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 along until no one's gonna be listening by this point anyway. Anyone that's sensible is fucking bailed completely by this point in the podcast.
What?
Nothing, Scott.
I will listen to this, you know.
Yeah, I tried something, it didn't work.
Oh.
Sorry, mate.
Got to bear with us. Got to bear with us. We're trying. We are trying.
Not really. Not trying enough.
But what should we do?
I don't know. I think we need a producer. We need someone to produce, someone to keep me in check, someone to stop me drinking and smoking so much weed and alcohol. I don't feel like it aids in any way, Scott.
I don't think it aids you.
No. Yeah, I just get a bit.
I think if I get too stoned, I become very. I can't even articulate words. Because that's my natural stone level. I like.
And what about me when I get pissed?
You turn into a bit of a imbecile.
Just belligerent and
Yeah.
full.
Yeah. You know, I don't mean it in a mean way.
Oh, that's alright.
You know, we're going to be constructive. We might as well do it on air.
Yeah.
Right, fuck it. This is also very organic.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking about it. Like, we've got, I don't know, 10, 12 hours of material, podcast stuff online now.
It's not a lot.
And we haven't even started.
No, of course not.
So it's beautiful. It's like you get to see. It's so organic. It's great.
It will progress, Scott.
And we will level. We will find our way.
Yeah, I'm drinking too much and smoking too much. I should do it relatively sober. That's when I'm at my most energetic, anyway.
Yeah, I think I should lessen my ganj. The higher I get, the less communicative I become. So I need to kind of. But alcohol, I don't think affects me that badly.
I think actually doing it sober is probably the best fucking idea.
Yeah. But what do we do ever that's completely sober?
I don't know. I think what we'd have to do is set ourselves a point halfway through the podcast when we're allowed a beer and we're allowed a joint.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
And then for the last part of the podcast, we get a tiny bit drunk and a tiny bit stoned. But I'm already starting a tiny bit pissed, and I can hear it in the podcast as well. It annoys me, man. I can hear myself drunk.
Yeah.
I'm like, drunk Liam isn't. He's not the fucking.
John Liam's not fun, Liam.
No.
I don't know. I know how bad really drunk Liam can get. Like, to the point where, you know, he'll grab you by the lapels and go, "I'm leaving!" So I don't want it to get to that point. But I enjoy drunk Liam when he's silly. This is all a process. I don't even think we've got to think about it too hard.
No, I don't.
Maybe if we just let it.
Just let it mature over time.
Yeah.
No, we're doing it off your fucking phone still. It's not like.
Exactly. This is the dark days. This is where we find our feet. We can't be too hard on ourselves when we're finding our feet.
Yeah, exactly. There ain't no fucking rush, man. We're gold. It's just we don't know how to fucking portray it just yet.
Well, I'm going to say it right now. And I've avoided saying it. Because, you know, if I actually say it, I have to do it. But I'm going to start the open mic scene.
Yeah?
I'm going to go for it. I'm going to put my balls out there. I'm going to dangle them in the lion's mouth. I'm going to smother them with fish paste. Let's see what the lion says.
Yeah. Why the fuck not, man?
Come on, lion. Because I've had one of those years where I realised through, I don't know, experience and whatever, that we're all heading towards that studded, dirty, spike-infested nail door.
What door?
Death.
Oh yeah, of course. We're all gonna die, yeah.
We're staring it down the barrel. And we don't even know if death is such a fucked up thing that it will just come around the corner when you're not expecting it. You know, look out for that bus. What bus? Splat. that kind of shit.
Well, it will get all of us at one point, you know, and people
Yeah.
seem to be mystified by it.
It's coming,
Yeah, of course.
and nobody knows.
Yeah, of course. You're not gonna know, man. There's no crystal ball.
So, I don't know. I've had a tough few years, and it's kind of fortified me. This past year's fortified me. We're doing the podcast, making shit happen, whatever.
Making shit happen.
Yeah, financial, meticulous, fucking.
Financial ruin. That's what
Yeah.
I'd say I'm in
Yeah,
right now.
me too, man. Fucking just
Degenerate scum.
living like bottom feeding like nobody's business, and god damn it, we've got more about us.
Yeah, fuck that shit, man.
Translate this shit into gold.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. Obviously, you need to do.
Rome wasn't bit like 10,000 hours. That's how much we'd have to do to become masters.
I've definitely been funny for at least 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
At least, Liam.
You've at least been funny within 10,000 hours.
I've at least been funnier than 20,000 hours. God damn it! Who the fuck are we kidding? Come on now.
Yeah. Well, alright.
For
Scott,
me-
don't start ripping your shirt off and oiling yourself up.
I don't have the forearm strength to rip this.
I'm fucking getting montage music going.
It's a Primark
start
shirt. I
pumping.
don't even have the forearm strength to rip it. I always wanted one of those Hulk Hogan t-shirts. You know?
Well, the vest.
He would walk into the ring and he would pull it apart. It's like, fuck yeah, I want a t-shirt I can pull apart.
Do you think they were made out of like specific fabric?
Yeah, they were. Of course they were.
There's no way that.
What, just Hulk Hogan just instantly like fucking grabs a cotton t-shirt and just pulls it so slyly it peels open like you're opening a Magnum. Just, well, you hurt my pride and you hurt my soul. No, of course it was designed to rip apart like that.
No. They should do that with lots of clothing. There should be clothing that, you know, you just buy it. It's really
Like
cheap.
bras.
No, but obviously the fabric it's made out of is going to be cheaper than actual fabric. So you buy them, and then after you finish wearing them, you just rip them apart and then put them in the bin. So
You
they're
have
just
a
like
Hulk Hogan.
one used piece of clothing, and you just rip it and just tear it like every time you go to bed.
I keep trying to think of the
There's a
Hulk
market
Hogan.
for that.
I keep trying to think of the Hulk Hogan music, and for some reason all I can think of is Baywatch.
Baywatch.
But he had very specific music. That was it. Dun, 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 dun. It sounded like the Baywatch theme tune. I think it might have been the same guy. Well, you hurt my pride and you hurt my soul. It's Halloween.
It is Halloween. The music's getting a bit louder as well, Scott.
Oh, we're not. Well, I haven't touched the remote. Don't look at me.
Well, it's Halloween, man. Anything could be happening.
What's your favourite ever horror film?
Horror film.
Well, whatever. Like, scary film, horror film. What's scared, like, fucked with you the most? Like, the film you watched and was like,
I like The Thing.
yeah?
Yeah, I really like The Thing. It kind of, because it wasn't just about the creature, which was fucking awesome. It was also about the not trusting people.
Yeah, because you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's some deep meaning to all that. Not having complete trust in everyone.
Yeah. For me, the original Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Because the first time I saw it, I was about 12. And it really fucking, like, I had nightmares for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It was so... I love that film now, but I remember the absolute... I don't know, like, hopeless terror. Like, they basically hole up in the shopping mall and you think, that's great, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the zombies get in. Well, like, the biker gang show up. And then the zombies get in. And then, you know, I mean, even the ending is like they fly off with half a tank of helicopter fuel, you know?
Yeah, they're fucked either way.
there's just that feeling throughout the whole thing as well. Like, you're not gonna beat these odds. These odds are so high. You're fucked.
I remember Alien, man. Alien, that scared me the first time I saw that.
Yeah.
I must have been about 13 or something like that, maybe 12.
That bit where it appears for the first time, like he's in the vent.
I remember I went into the toilet to take a piss, and then the light switch was there, and before I turned it on, there was a bit above the toilet, and for a second I switched it on and I saw the alien up there. It was, just like sitting up there, and I was like, ah!
And another oh fuck, what was it? The film that it fucked me up as well. Oh, Nightmare on Elm Street. Because I didn't see my mum and dad taped it. It was on like Channel 4 Premiere, and they video recorded it because they could watch it. It was on like 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock on a Sunday, and they both had to get up. And then I remember they watched it the next Saturday during the day because they were like, you can't come in the front room. Like, you're just not allowed to come in the front room. Oh, I want to go in the front room. I was like 6 or something like that. And so I went in my room and I played, but obviously I snuck out and shit. And I remember watching through the door, a crack in the door, the bit where she's been pulled through the hallway in the body bag. And yeah.
Did you shit yourself a bit, Scott?
I just thought, oh my god. I remember that freaking me out hard.
Yeah. Well, I think most people probably have that because that's like a weird experience, like being having that kind of access to that information.
Yeah.
I think it's really bizarre that most people probably have a murder thing before a sex thing. They'll probably see some violence before they'll see sex.
Well, I also remember my mum and dad having a siesta from like 5 till 6 every Saturday, where I couldn't go in the bedroom. It's like they just disappeared into the bedroom. It was like, no, you have to entertain yourself for an hour. And it was like the weirdest thing. And now I look back on it, they were fucking.
Yeah.
That's what they were doing. They were going in the bedroom to fuck. And I was just so put out. It's like, oh, these human beings that I depend upon will not let me for 60 minutes when you're... I remember that when I was like a really small child.
Well, good thing you never broke in, Scott.
Yeah, I remember jumping in, like jumping into bed. When I was a kid.
Well, anyway, Scott, what time are we on now, brother?
End of the Halloween episode.
We are at the end of the Halloween episode.
We should finish with something scary.
I could get my dick out.
Yeah, audibly scary.
It makes a weird sound when it comes out.
Oh, are you cum? Are you
no,
not cum?
there's just like all sorts of like mucus and pus strips off it, you know, as I whoop it out, you know.
No. Let's put all these scissors away.
Well, yeah, episode 6, Scott. And end. We're plowing through now.
How does?
The
next one, pardon me, the next one is going to be an outdoor podcast.
Well, I think for the next one I want to do a completely sober podcast.
Oh, we can't do an outdoor podcast then?
Why not?
Well, the plan was to find, a bar.
If I had a coffee shop, but it'd be quiet. Well, not a coffee shop, not like Starbucks or something, but find somewhere else.
Costa.
We can find some random spot. Like we could do like outside Big Ben.
Well, I got all serious there. I was like telling people what we're gonna do, and apparently no.
What?
Like outdoor podcast.
Yeah, of course. Just let me know when, Scott. I'll be there.
We'll figure it out.
No. Alright, next one. Alright, so fuck you.
That's what I'm saying.
Next one will be an outside podcast.
It's audio recorded. We cannot...
Even if we just stand outside the street outside your house, it'll be outside.
Yeah. We'll find somewhere to stand outside of.
Yeah.
We'll do something.
Alright then.
We'll mix it up.
Alright, well good night anyway. Happy Halloween everyone.
Yeah, I hope
you didn't have too much candy and old man's cock in your ass.
You didn't get any, sociopaths knocking at your door and throwing eggs at your windows.
That would just be me on the way home tonight.
Don't worry, I've seen him the entire night. He's been here.
Anyway, good night. Thank you very much.
Much love.